So welcome back, guys. In the this is about the second lecture of root locus, and in third unit we have this is the fifth lecture. I'm going now. Let us see the some rules in drawing this root locus. So in previous session we just ruled what is the introduction of root locus, and then what is the root locus means the migration of the poles with varying of k value, and with some example like second order example I just dealt with the location of the poles and some give the advantages of a root locus, and with the sub parameters like second order parameter zeta value and omega value have discussed something. Now in this the main part, the core section we came, so drawing the root locus. So draw the root locus we have some rules. Okay, see generally in before what I did is only a second order function, let us say 1 by some s into some s plus a. That means let us take some s into s plus 2 is my second order function. So where my poles is this is at 0 and at minus 2, my root locus is just shifted, and say this root locus and this was shifted, and this some point they met some say it said hello and then just shifted like this. Okay, now this is a small second order function by using the okay. Now I want in this complete session from this video you will be able to draw the root locus for this type of transfer function. Okay, my ultimate aim of this video is by set of rules we have to draw this transfer function, where this transfer function has poles at 0 comma minus 2 comma minus 4 and zeros at minus 1 comma minus 3. Let us show that in pole 0 section. So in this plane, so I am having poles where, so on poles is at 0 and at minus 2, and let us stay at minus 4, and zeros where I am having, so I am having zeros at 0, minus 1 and at minus 3. See, so how I'll do the transfer function, how I'll do the how I'll do draw the root locus for this. So this root locus will be varied with k value. So the k, so from k equal to 0 to infinity I should vary the root locus. So I'm having many poles and zeros, so there is much more thing is happening here. Okay, so to reduction all these things we have some rules. These generated root locus was described by Evans. Okay, so Evans is a scientist and researcher. He developed the root locus technique for us. Okay, now coming to ultimately we have in root locus technique to we have some Evans conditions. What is Evans is telling, let us see. Okay, Evans is telling one thing only. So what he's telling is, so this is my transfer function, this is the denominator, everything is blah blah blah, and p of s q of s is a polynomial which is any s. Okay, the p of s q of s are the numerator polynomial, n of s and d of s as a numerator and denominator polynomial in s form. That means s means what, some complex forms, sigma plus j omega. So wherever, one thing I want to say, wherever you see s in time domain, okay, the s means a real and imaginary axis. The s plus is a complex one. So the entire numerator and denominator in the complex plane, in the complex where k is a variable. So k is vary from what, from 0 to infinity. You already know this. Okay, the denominator q d of s equal to 0 gives a transfer function characteristic equation, where here the function, that is open loop function, can be written as like this. So minus 1, where the minus 1, let us give p of s is a complex number. So complex function p of s is my complex function, where the p of s can be written as, what is even is telling is, this p of s is a complex function. So if s equal to some minus a plus 0, so we'll have some complex value. So the complex value, so again it can be written as some det of p of s, an angle of p of s can be given as minus 1 plus j0. Okay, and minus 1 plus j0, what is even is telling is, so in the root locus, if my point some s naught to be in one of the root locus, Okay, so S0 is a one complex number. So this is my root locus. For example, if my S0 should be located in the root locus, it should follow one condition, that is, whenever when in transfer function that S0 value is substituted, the magnitude of it should be 1, and the angle of it, when you substitute S equal to some value in that magnitude in that function, and magnitude should be plus, phase should be set plus or minus 2q plus 1 into 180 degrees, where q is from 0 to 1 to etc. What is the q value means? So q value means, we'll say n minus m, where n is number of poles and m is number of zeros. Okay, so that means the angle should be plus or minus 2q plus 1 into 180. That means q is varied from 0, 1, 2, 3. So if my n minus p equal to 2, then q will be from 0, 1. If n minus 3 equal to 3, then q equal to 0, 1, 2. Okay, so you'll understand this about this. So keep this phase and magnitude in your mind, so you will be understand in later part. Okay, so this is all piecewise sections, so you have to correlate all these things piecewisely. But up to here, what you will remember is, some S0 is my number, complex number. If S0 should be in the root locus, the S0 value, if you substitute in the function, like in the function of p of s, it should satisfy this thing. Okay, the magnitude should be a minus plus 1, and the phase should be plus or minus 1 and 180 degrees. If q equal to 0 means, what happens? It should be minus 180 or plus 180. If q equal to 1 is, it should be a value of what? 3 into 180. Okay, so like that it's go on. This is the event condition. So in much more peacefully, if this is a transfer function, this is an open loop transfer function, g of s, h of s is open loop transfer function, and satisfying the event conditions, what he is saying is p of s equal to 1, and angle of p of s is equal to plus or minus 2q plus 1 into 180, where q is varied from 0, 1, 2, etc. So overall, we can, if you substitute, this is a transfer function, so the k magnitude value can be given as g of s, h of s equal to k into some s plus z1. So finding the magnitude, so you will be knowing the value of z1. So we want to find the value of s0, will be located in this flanks. So it will be goes on like this. Okay, in s plus zm by, so s plus p1 and s plus p2 and so on into s plus pn. So that is equal to what here? Well, k equal to product of some I equal to 1 to m. So if having m zeros means s plus zi by product of from I equal to 1 to n, product of all poles. So this should be what? Should be 1. Okay, this value should be 1, and again the angle, it should be satisfied what? So sigma of sum of angles of from I1 to in m, angle of first, the poles zeros angle should be positive, minus of zeros angles of poles equal to plus or minus 2q plus 1 into 180. Okay, so this is the criteria you should meet by the pole, the point s0, some s0, some s0, let us say s1, this is s1. If my s1 is on the root locus, it should follow this criteria. So you will place s1 in this form. Let us say, for example, if you to understand more carefully, more this is the function I am having. Okay, so let us say, so this is my function, some 1 by s into s plus 2. Okay, this is my open loop transfer function. Okay, So let us say I want s equal to minus 1 plus 2j should be in the root locus. What I'll do, simply I substitute some s value 1 plus j in this function. The magnitude I will find, if it is 1, as it satisfies the magnitude condition. And again, if I poles means phi means angle of phi means here 0, angle of 0 is 0, so no poles, so angle is 0. 0 minus, so minus 1 pole is 90 minus tan inverse of, so this value, okay. So what I'll get is some omega by 1. So if it is minus 180, a multiplication factor of 180 degrees, so this will be sad. That is the meaning of this equation, okay. You don't just get frightened by seeing this equation. This nothing is there. We'll deal all these things later, okay. So what is the events condition is that, I'm again saying, if my pole some point should be located on the root locus, it should satisfy the magnitude and phase angle, okay. This is about events condition. And and you also know that how to find k value at that point. So again we have some k value would be there for that point, no? So the k is varying from 0 to infinity. So find that k value in that function. So value of k is, so we already done this product of s plus pi by product of 1 plus n into s plus zi, okay. So that means to say this completely, so we'll do this example. You will be understanding some bit, okay. So here my goal is, so what are the poles and zeros I'm having? Let us say this is my pole. Let us say this is pole z1, this is 1, and this is 0, and this is a pole minus 1, and this is certain, let us say minus 2, okay. Now I want some root locus will come. I want some auxiliary value. Let us say this is my s0. So I want to make sure that this point s0 in the root locus, okay. So I want s0 in the root locus, okay. So what I'll do is, so my point s0 should be in the root locus. So basing upon the phase criteria, let us say the angles given by this, so zeros, first of all will be angle of 0, say angle of 0 plus 2 minus angle of pole s0 minus angle of s0 plus 1, okay, is equal to, should be plus or minus 2q plus 1 into 180. So it will satisfy some value, okay. And to find k value, if you substitute the magnitudes of let us say k of s0 plus 2 by s0 into s0 plus 1, it should be 1 value, okay. And to find the k value at this s0, according to this equation, what I'll say is k equal to some s0 into s0 plus 1. That means product of poles, like, so I'm having two poles, so distance of this pole, so it is just s0. Let us say this is a, and from this here to here the distance is b, and from here to here the distance is c. So s0 is the distance from a to b, and s0 plus 1 is distance from b and magnitude value, and s0 plus 2 is a magnitude from 0. So overall I'll have ab plus c. So you will find this, you will have a k value, okay. So we'll solve this coming later sections. So this is by basing on the events condition we are finding these things, okay. This is about events condition. So in the next class we'll deal about rule 1 and rule 2, rule 3, and we'll finalize the root locus of this section. Okay guys, thank you.